everyone. Hope you've had a fantastic week. Hope you're enjoying the series. And I do hope that you've been practicing like crazy. I really would like you to have quite a few leaves at the end of the session or the end of the series to be able to sew together and be proud of what you have achieved. So today we're going to do gestural drawing, and this is literally a gesture. So you are not going to be drawing hyper-realistic drawing at all. It is a gestural drawing, so it's just the outline. It's quick, it's easy, it looks amazing, and it basically just tells the brain what it is that you have drawn. So we're going to do a quick, and you can see that I don't take my pencil off of the paper. We're going to do a quick lemon. They have these knobs at the end. You can almost do a bit of a sphere and then add the knobs at the end. But this is one of my favorite ways of drawing, although I am known for hyperrealism and realism. I do love this sort of drawing too. The end of it will have a stalk if you've taken it off of the tree, and generally these are not very, very straight. They've got beautiful lines, lovely, lovely leaves on them. And we can add a couple of leaves, and that is our lemon. We can then go on to drawing maybe a pear. Let's have a look and see. We can draw a couple of pears, and I know that this is still life type of drawing, but still life is still very, very beautiful. And we can get a pear in there. We can do a pear over here. So now we've got two pears. We can do another pear, just add the other pear onto here. So all we're doing is we're just gesturing as to what it is, and the brain will read the rest of it. And there we have three pears, and we can have the light coming from another angle, so your shadow will be different to what it would be if it were just a single object like the lemon is at the top. I'm hoping that you can see that. We're now going to go into a 2B, and we're going to add the shading of the shadow. We're going to start there. We're going to add some shading of the actual lemon itself. Now remember, we are going to be blending, so you don't have to be very, very accurate. Although you do want your shadow slightly darker and the underneath of your lemon slightly darker. You can do one side of your leaf, go up, keep this loose, so use the side of your pencil and just give a gesture as to the shape. You can go around the bottom of it so that you give an absolute darker line, and we know what that is. Right, let's take our blender, and forgive me because I've been using this as a blender, which is something different. It's a Fantastics. It's supposed to be for ink, brush tip, but I've been trying it out for blending, and it is working fairly well, I have to say. I have no idea, and that's why I say forgive me, because I haven't really got the experience of it. So I don't know whether one can clean it off and continuously keep on using it or not. I'm hoping that one can, because I don't really want to be throwing stuff away. But look at how nicely that blends, and they are not very expensive either. So have a look at it, have a look into it, and see if your art shop does keep them. But look at that terrific blending, and we're just going to go up. And as I say, you just keep on doing a gestural movement, even if you're going over it with your blender. Right, look at how superb that looks. And how quick and easy was that? So let's just go back over here again. I'm using the side of my pencil, as you can see, just to get that dark shadow in over here. Remember that there'll always be light on the end of this bulbous part of the lemon. It'll pick up, the bottom part will be darker though. And let's just darken that. Don't forget about your cast shadow. And we can do like a quick, what would this do? This would be doing this. This would be the opposite way to what you have the top as a shadow. You can put that in. If you don't want to put that in, You really don't need to. Let's just quickly do that. Make sure we have our cast shadow. I'm not really enjoying this right underneath here. So let's just take that away so that we've got more of a lemon sticking out, protruding over here. And there we have it, guys. Look at how beautiful that is. And give this practice, because as I say, this is fantastic to move on to from the other exercises that we've been doing. Right, let's have a go at the pears. The pears, you should have 3. If you've done 2, that's absolutely fine. If you feel happier having done 2, just do 2. And let's just quickly put this in. We've got the stalk at the end, and we always have a nice rounded shadow here at the bottom of it. Let's do this one. Now, one of these are going to be darker than the other one, because one should really be in front of the other. So it's up to you to decide which one is in front. I'm going to put this one at a funny angle here in front, so therefore it will have more of a shadow, deeper, darker shadow. This one, as you can see, the light is coming from here, so this one will be more from this side. And go up here. Let's get that beautiful stalk in. Let's get this stalk in as well. Right, and then the shadow, don't forget about your cast shadow at the bottom. Very, very important. I'm going to make up the shadow sort of like this, just to make it a little bit more dynamic and a little bit more of a gesture. Right, let's get the blender out. We're going to try this baby again. Even though it's for ink, it really does blend really well. If you look at what's happening on my page now, it has a very, very good blending tip, and that must be dark. So remember to do each pair individually, even though they're overlapping each other. It is better to do each pair individually, and I'll tell you why, because you could get a little confused as to which one is which and end up with the wrong shadow for the wrong pair. Now, don't forget your highlight. Remember, we did that in the one session where we spoke about where the light was coming from, so always be aware of that, and always make sure that you have that lovely left open white space of the paper that we spoke about, which is your tonal value 1. Get that pair done. That. And you can see that I'm not really taking much care. I mean, I'm going out of the lines, I'm going into the lines, I'm going across the lines. I'm doing whatever takes my fancy, and it's purely because this is just such fun. It's a great way to loosen you up, and it's a great way just to go in and draw with no fear whatsoever. So here we've got the bottom of the pear. We're just going to darken and deepen that a little bit. Pears always have that nice little thing at the bottom. I love putting that in. We're going to put this in over here. Deepen and darken that. We're going to darken this side of the pear, this one at the bottom. Go back into that shadow and make sure that we've got what looks like these 3 pears. There we go. That will come down. Let me get rid of this. Right, let's blend again. And make for interesting shadows, because if your light is coming from that direction, you will definitely have a very, very interesting shadow happening at the bottom of your pears. And it may not be 100% accurate, and it doesn't really matter. It doesn't have to be. It's just your interpretation. And as I said to you, this is gestural drawing. So as I was saying, you can add whatever you like. If you want to add in a few more lines at the top, very, very loosely with your pencil, you do that. It's entirely up to you as to how you want to interpret these beautiful pears. But you can see how dynamic that looks. And these ideas that I'm giving you and the way of drawing is purely so that you learn what sort of drawing you enjoy. You may not enjoy hyperrealism, but you don't know it because you haven't tried other different ways of drawing. So hence my showing you and teaching you the different ideas and the different ways of drawing. So there we go, and you can take out some light. If it's coming from there, we can take out some light over there like that, along the top. And there you have, very, very simple, dynamic drawing of pear and lemon. You can put a leaf onto one of these just to make it a little bit more different. And there we go. Please, guys, give this a try. It honestly is one of the most amazing things to do. It really does increase your drawing. And if you can do this, I mean, this has literally taken, I don't know, what is it, 10 minutes to do 2 of these, maybe a little bit longer. But if you can just apply 10 minutes a day to your drawing and draw quick, easy subjects like this, take a butternut out of your fridge, take an onion out of your fridge, and literally draw over whatever it is that you are drawing. You don't have to stick to, unless you love it and you don't want to what's the word I'm saying, draw over it. Just literally take whatever you have in your fridge and draw it. Put in your shadows. My pencils are all over the place here. I've been having a wonderful time drawing, and I haven't put them back where they should be. But you can literally put together and draw anything. It's all about the shape, it's all about the gesture, and it's all about making it dynamic. And oh, mouse just moved out. And letting your brain fill in the rest. Let me just do this here quickly because I see that it's actually overlapping quite a bit. Right. Like that. Yeah, they always have, onions always have all these amazing roots on them, so you can literally make a darker space here, take it out so that it does give you that feeling of roots, and there you go. You have got an onion. You can do a butternut. Butternut is a very, very similar shape, obviously, to a pear, so that's quite easy to do. And you can do a half, so you can take that out, go around it, and put in your pips. But do a whole lot of these so that you just get into the habit of loose, beautiful gestural drawings. They don't have to be anything spectacular. It doesn't matter if they are not the right shape, if they don't quite meet, you know, what you're wanting them to meet. But as long as you are constantly trying to get a shape of some sort of fruit or some sort of vegetable, and constantly drawing and drawing and drawing and drawing. I really do hope that you have enjoyed this part of the series. I do hope that you practice, and I do hope that you put together a really beautiful sketchbook. Bye-bye. Have an awesome week, everybody.